This is a story that I think every undersized guard needs to hear. This is Carly. Now, Carly is one of the best shooters in the state of Pennsylvania, and we've been working together since she was a sophomore in high school. She's one of the best shooters that I've ever been in the gym with, and for guards, but especially undersized guards, this is really step one. You've got to be able to make perimeter shots. Now, you might not need to be the best shooter in your conference or in your state, but you need to be good at it, and Carly is elite at that. But here's the thing, as an undersized guard, that alone is not going to cut it, especially if you're not an elite athlete. You're going to need to have a secondary part to your game that you can also rely on. At the end of the day, if you're undersized and you're playing against good competition, you're just not going to be able to go to the rim as often. With Carly, we saw situations like this happen. So we decided to add a high-level floater to her game as well. Now, a floater is great for a couple reasons. First of all, obviously you don't have to get all the way to the rim, so you can avoid being right in the space of shot blockers. Here's Steve Nash talking about why he loves shooting runners.
Make a couple runners. Like I said, I usually like to make 10 of these. I love shooting runners. When you're a little scrawny, 6 foot point guard in the NBA, you can't really jump. You know, I don't really feel that confident challenging Shaq or Yao Ming. So I can always kind of pull up a little one-legged runner in the lane.
And it also allows you to get your shot off so much quicker than you would with an actual pull-up, simply because you don't need as much time to gather up into your shot. This is especially important when you're undersized and you might have a lot of bigger defenders either trailing you or rotating over and help. Like in this situation, she gets downhill and she has 6'1" trailing her and 6'2" rotating over and help, so there's no time to actually shoot a full pull-up, so the floater is a much better option in order to get that shot up quickly. We spent an entire off-season developing her floater to an elite level, and right now I'm going to go through the exact drills that we did to do this so that you can do the same thing. So first we start off with just this relaxed dribble freestyle into a go call, where she'll get right up into a floater off 1 foot, 2 foot, doesn't really matter, just as quick as she can get it off. Go! Obviously, you don't need a shooting machine to do this. I just like it because it forces a little bit more arc. And if you don't have a partner to give you a go call here, then just dribble for a couple of seconds and then get into a floater, but mix up when you go and what kind of floaters and runners you get to. Go! Next, we have a similar concept, except we're starting on the three-point line on the wing here. She's starting off facing backwards, just freestyling, waiting for that go call. Now, this seems very simple, but it actually becomes much more difficult because you have to identify where the basket is, and every shot is going to be a little bit different, just like it is in a game. And this is actually for a deliberate reason. The faster you're able to identify where the rim is, which is a skill in itself, the better you're going to be as a shot maker in general, and this drill targets that. We're going to keep with that dribble freestyle right here, but this time we're going to go right onto that second hash mark there in the middle. Now we're just working on our precision on these floaters. So she's got to swish 2 floaters before she moves to the other side on that hash mark to swish 2 more. Once she does that, we're going to move back to the elbow and do the same thing on that go call, getting right up into that floater, but the only makes that count are swishes. If you watch my videos and you hear me talk a lot about adding challenge to the drills that you're doing, this is a great way to add a challenge that's even more difficult than it would be in games, which is forcing that precision and a specific type of make. This is how you really dial in and become a high-level shot maker. Now, this right here is a great drill to do if you have a partner. She's going to start a couple steps beyond the three-point line, just freestyle dribbling again. At any given point, she can decide to go and attack. She has to shoot a floater, and I'm chasing her down from behind. Every time that she makes it, she'll flip the direction that she's facing to start. This drill is difficult, and it's going to lead to reps that look like this. But like I said, one of the most valuable things about the floater is being able to get it off very quickly without needing much time to gather it. That's what we're working on right here, being able to get that shot off with somebody trailing you. This really helps to build that game ability. One of the best ways to get better at a specific type of shot is to utilize what's called differential learning. And that sounds confusing, but all that it means is shooting one shot after the other, but every shot is different than the one before it. So for example, in this drill right here, she has to make a floater and then a catch and shoot 3 in order to get a point. She's got to get 2 points in order to move on to the next spot. The reason why this is effective is because just like in a game, you're rarely going to shoot the same shot twice in a row. In this drill, you need to get good at being able to make different shots in a row like you will in a game, which is why something like this translates so well to making more shots in games. Like I said, for this drill, we go 2 points at all 5 spots. For pretty much all these other drills, we'll go for 8 to 10 MIGs or a certain number of swishes. This goes by pretty fast, only takes us about 10 to 15 minutes right here, but we do it consistently, and that's why she's been able to develop her floater like she has. So give this a try. Also make sure to click the top link in my description down below to get my free Elite Perimeter Scorer program. I appreciate you for watching. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Talk to you soon. Peace.